Marshon Lattimore has a new home. The four-time Pro Bowl cornerback being traded from the New Orleans Saints to the Washington Commanders.
When the Washington Commanders traded for cornerback Marshon Lattimore, that brought excitement to this defense that has been lacking for years, especially since the most recent failures of draft picks such as Emmanuel Forbes, Jamin Davis, and Chase Young. The Washington Commanders were fishing for some type of superstar on that defensive side of the ball. Adam Peters, a GM that's known for getting things done, he wasted no time getting on the phones trying to make this trade go through, especially after watching Emmanuel Forbes, Michael Davis, Benjamin St-Juste all get cooked for the first half of that season. But unfortunately, the Washington Commanders didn't know what they were getting their hands into, because the Marshon Lattimore they thought they were trading for was not the Marshon Lattimore that they ultimately got. Marshon Lattimore just recently spoke to the media and exposed why the season went so poorly for him in Washington last season. Let's talk about it.
The way that we live is not for everybody.
Nah, that ain't it, y'all.
How do you think the rest of Jaden Daniels' career is going to go? If we're, 6, 7 games into Jaden Daniels' career and he's already milking injuries? Like,
stop saying my name, you dick riding bastard.
YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here. We have the Washington Commanders video, and in today's video, I'm coming on here with a video where we're going to be talking about Marshon Lattimore, exposing the truth and the real about why last season was so poorly for him. His answers will shock you. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. But before we do, make sure you guys go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload new videos like this to the channel. We're on the road to 11,000 subscribers, so we greatly appreciate if you haven't reached that goal as soon as possible. Also, subscribe to my new NFL channel, 4th and 1, as you're going to love all the content on that channel as well. Let's get straight to it. The Washington Commanders trading for cornerback Marshon Lattimore will always go down as one of the best days for me, as that signified the changing of the guard. Obviously, getting Jaden Daniels was the initial change, but having a GM that's not afraid to go out and make moves at the deadline when your team is struggling at a certain position and is on the cusp of making the playoffs and potentially winning the NFC East, that day will always be a mark of something special. Every single Washington Commanders fan was excited about this move because a lot of people felt like we finally got a superstar cornerback that we've been missing for years now. But little did the Washington Commanders fan base know that they were trading for a guy that was banged up. The Washington Commanders knowingly traded for Marshon Lattimore even though it was out there that he already had a hamstring injury. The thing is, the Washington Commanders traded for Marshon Lattimore because they didn't expect that injury to linger as long as it did. People tend to forget Marshon Lattimore was traded to the Washington Commanders on November 5th. He didn't make his debut with the Burgundy and Gold until December 18th. So right there, something was off. We should have known that this man wasn't 100% at that time if it took him that long to get healthy or get right before he could play in the Burgundy and Gold. But I understand it. You give up compensation for this guy, you want him to play immediately. You can't have him sitting out too much longer or it's going to look like you wasted a trade and you gave away a draft pick, basically donating it to the New Orleans Saints. So of course, we know Marshon Lattimore was hurt last year. He got cooked by Mike Evans. He got cooked by A.J. Brown for the simple fact that he couldn't really play how he wanted to. He really ain't trust his body because he still wasn't 100%. But that's no excuse, of course. We got to keep it 100. If you out there and you playing, we expect you to play to the full capability. And that's the same mindset that Marshon Lattimore had.
Frustrating for you to be in a new spot and not feel like yourself? Do you feel like you had to press?
Yeah, because I just wanted to prove that, they made the right decision, obviously. So I just wanted to get out there and show what I can do. But, I was hurt, but I don't want to make excuses. So I was out there, I was out there. if I was good enough to play, you know, I can be evaluated on that.
Marshon Lattimore just recently spoke to the media, and what he said may shock you, but in my opinion, it may make you proud, because he took full accountability for how piss poor his performance was last year, when he could have easily took the easy way out by just blaming his injury. But that just shows you the character and the kind of player that Marshon Lattimore is, and the kind of standard he holds himself up to. And basically, Marshon Lattimore said, yeah, I wasn't healthy. I was 100% hurt still. But this team took a chance on me, and I wanted to play so I could prove them right for making that decision. One team already gave up on me, and this team gave me a chance when nobody else did. So of course I'm going to play my heart out and try to play for them even when I'm 100% not healthy. And after I heard that, I immediately just thought about all the times as me being a fan and a couch potato, screaming at these players for being hurt, made of glass, injury prone. But deep down inside, as fans, we don't know what these players go through on a daily basis. These players are busting their tail to get back on the field and get healthy so they can perform for our entertainment. Marshon Lattimore took some accountability. Now I think it's our turn to do the same, because a lot of us were bashing Marshon Lattimore for not playing good last year. Even some of y'all went as far as saying that he was washed and we wasted a third-round pick trading for him. Now I get it, y'all. Trust me, I do. So you don't gotta comment down below, Juan, what are you talking about? Juan, you don't understand. I do get it. If a player's out there, he's expected to perform. But after hearing him and him saying, man, look, I was not 100% healthy, bro. Like, really, if I wasn't trying to push it, or if I didn't feel like I had a chip on my shoulder or trying to prove myself to this organization, I probably would have been ruled out for a lot of those games. I probably shouldn't have played in a lot of those games. And that just made me feel excited about the future and just know, like, this is the Marshon Lattimore that I know we traded for. That all-pro Marshon Lattimore, that's who we're getting. That's not who we got last season. And it just, again, made me just think, like, man, these players go through a lot, bro. And we're bashing them or calling them trash and they're washed. But it's like, whole time behind closed doors, they put a lot of pressure on themselves to perform. And I simply understand where Marshon Lattimore is coming from, because I do the same thing. I put a lot of pressure on myself to deliver when I'm expected to. So I can clearly understand his standpoint, bro. Like, he's not a guy that likes to miss games. He's not a guy that likes to make excuses. He just wants to go out there and play ball. And that's what gives me the confidence that Marshon Lattimore is going to cook this upcoming season. Now, I will say, a lot of fans were bashing Marshon Lattimore for his play last season, but at the same time, they ended up coming around and saying, you know what? I'm not going to judge Marshon Lattimore based off of this little mini stretch of games that he played. Give him a full off season to get healthy, and we're going to judge him based off of this upcoming season. And truth be told, that's all I care about at this point. Marshon Lattimore, what you doing this upcoming season? Last year is last year. We can't change it now. You're looking good in mini camps, and he looking fresh, looking spry, looking young. Like, I'm excited for him this upcoming year. But also at the same time, and I said this since day one we made the trade, even if this doesn't work out, I'm not going to count this against Adam Peters. I'm not going to be upset about this at all, because it just simply showed me, like, okay, at least we making an opportunity to trade for big name guys like this. Like, we never ever did this. The biggest trade that I can remember is freaking what? HaHa Clinton Dix. So I expect this to work out, but even if it don't, it's not really going to be no freaking like hard foul against the Commanders, because you can get out of the contract after this year, and what, you gave up a third-round pick, bro. Who's really going to care about that if you're winning games, bro? We're not no longer a poverty franchise that needs to hold on to every single pick because we need the highest pick available. No, we're competing for Lombardi, so regardless of the situation, our draft picks are going to always be at the far back end of the round. Marshon Lattimore quoted this: I feel good, the burst, getting out of my break. I was dealing with a hamstring last year, and that takes a lot out of you and takes time to heal. I was trying to battle through that, but now since I got a full off season, I just feel great and I feel explosive. And a lot of y'all were athletes back in the day, or currently still are athletes, and if you know anything about a hamstring injury, you know the only thing that heals that is time. You can't give it no medication, you can't give it no type of shot or nothing. Just straight time is what's going to heal a hamstring injury. And simply put, Marshon Lattimore was on borrowed time last last year. At least in his mind, he was. But now that he had time to just fully heal, that's why he's looking like the old Marshon Lattimore. I cannot wait to see what he do this year, man. And another thing is, he has a supporting cast now. So the pressure isn't just on him to perform because he's no longer in a cornerback room with Benjamin St. Juste and Emmanuel Forbes. He got Trey, he got Frozone, Jonathan Jones, Noah Igbenogany. This whole cornerback room is locked down, and I think that's not only going to help the rest of the young fellas learn from a Marshon Lattimore, but that's going to take the pressure off a vet like Marshon Lattimore because he's realizing, all right, these young fellas around me can ball as well. And like I said before, the respect for Marshon Lattimore is through the roof because he could have easily went back and forth with fans on Twitter when they was criticizing him like heck. He could have went back and forth with the media members, made an immediate excuse to say he had an injury and blaming all on that. Nah, he took accountability, and then he also was out there trying to hoop and play for the Washington Commanders, and that's all we ask is give your all. And little did we know, behind closed doors, this man was giving his all, and he wasn't 100% healthy at all. So book it, Marshon Lattimore for Defensive Player of the Year. But nah, in all seriousness, let me know what you guys think about this video down below in the comment section. I know a lot of y'all probably already knew this information, but I wanted to get a video out about Marshon Lattimore like this to everybody that don't know what he was really going through behind closed doors. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the channel. As always, me and boy Juan Gotti want to roll to 11,000 subscribers, so we greatly appreciate it if you can reach that goal as soon as possible. Thank you so much. Y'all have a blessed one. Stay safe. Be easy out there. Peace.
Never gave up ballin' like I'm Deshaun, throw the bomb, G. That's IG, my jersey never seen a line.